few months ago, I poured these tea light molds and put cute little fake mushrooms in them. And even though I poured in 2 or 3 layers, I still had too many bubbles. And so you couldn't even really see the mushrooms through the side. So when I had the chance to try this bubble remover machine from Resiners, I knew I wanted to try again with the same mold. So I had different mushrooms this time, but I used the same mold. For this amazing deep pour, the ratio is 2 to 1, so 2 parts A and 1 part B. And then you're going to stir them slowly, and you want to have no swirls left. Like, you want it to be clear again. So that could take 3 to 4 minutes. Make sure you're scraping the sides and the bottom. And then when the swirls are gone, keep stirring for 3 more minutes. And then I also added in 2 drops of alcohol ink. I wanted it to be like see-through still. So I stirred that in. Then I got my bubble remover out. So plug in the lid of the bubble remover and make sure that the little silicone plug is pushed in. And then you're going to lay out a silicone mat so that the base doesn't shift around while it's working. Set the cup of resin into the base, put the lid on, and turn on the power. And then the bubble remover will start to vacuum seal the chamber. This helps draw bubbles out of the resin mixture. And you can watch here as they're actually rising up to the surface. When the timer ends, release the silicone plug and almost the entire bubble layer will pop at once. The mushrooms I was using had these little wire ends, so I could easily hang them over the mold. And then I slowly poured in the resin over a little silicone mixer to try to not introduce any more bubbles. A few still came up to the top, but they popped with a quick pass of the heat gun. Sometimes molds that curve up at the top, though, will still trap a few air bubbles right on the edge. So you can drag these out with a toothpick or something, then they might pop on their own, or you can use the heat gun again. So when that was all poured in, I actually just took the base of the bubble remover machine and set it over the top. It fit great, and it kept any dust from settling on my resin before it was cured. And then I let that sit for 2 whole days. When I took it out of the mold, you can see how clear this resin is. Use some wire cutters or pliers to remove the wire from the bottom of the mushrooms. And then your tea light holder is ready to use. There are no bubbles anywhere, and so much better than my first attempt. So if you are having trouble with bubbly resin, I definitely recommend trying out this AirLess bubble remover machine from Resiners. If you have any questions about what I did here or about the machine itself, let me know in the comments.